Right, good day to all my wonderful online viewers. Just to remind you, if this is your first time of watching this YouTube channel and you have not subscribed, it won't cost you money. Just press the subscribe button, strike the bell also for notification of other videos, and other videos when they come on board you'll be able to see them. Thank you for viewing. Let's continue watching this video. Wonderful people, today, as you can see in my hand, what can you see here? This must be a bottle of water, and I'm going to be explaining to you this afternoon water and solubility. Water is a universal solvent. You can drink it, you can use it for so many domestic purposes, you can bathe with it, you can wash with it, you can cook with it. So water is everybody's necessity. And that is why this water, it's a must to be studied by all chemistry students. Let us go on to what we have for the day. Water and solubility. Water can be defined as universal solvent. The word universal solvent shows that water can dissolve every solute, at least to a certain extent, if not all, but all solutes can be dissolved to certain extent, if not completely. So water is important. Water can be categorized as natural. Natural water can also be called untreated. That is why it's in bracket. You can see it here. It's in bracket. Anything that is in bracket means the same thing that is beside it that is not in that bracket. And treated water. Look at it. Treated water can also be called natural. That is, waters that are not treated. They are also called natural water. Examples of natural or untreated water are: number one, rainwater; number two, spring water; number three, well water; number four, rainwater; number five, lake and sea water. Now, rainwater. Rainwater is the purest form of natural water. That's quite interesting. Hope you understand that. Rainwater is the purest form of natural water because it is formed as a result of condensation of water vapor in the atmosphere. So, if you are asked this question, and I know you have a lot of questions, just go to the comment side, put your questions there. I will always be ready to respond to it. Why is rainwater regarded as the purest form of water? The reason is because it is formed as a result of condensation of water vapor in the atmosphere. You can even ask your friends the question, and if they don't know it, just tell them the answer and you are good to go. Look at the next point here. In other words, it is a natural form of distilled water. The natural form of distilled water. Now, in the other hand, let's look at treated water. Now, treated water. Water is being treated for special purposes. Examples of treated water. Number one, distilled water. Number two, pipe-borne water. Number three, chlorinated water. Take note of these. Distilled water is used for analytical purposes in laboratory, in chemistry lab and in other lab. Distilled water is used for analytical purposes. Now let's go on. Treated water. Let's take pipe-borne water. Pipe-borne water is used for township. Gone are those days when all the streets have one source of water provided by the government. Pipe-borne water, they go there to fetch. It is used, it is treated so that everybody in the community can access it. Now the second one is chlorinated water. This is used in swimming pool. Chlorine is added in order to kill germs. Next slide. Water for town supply. The water that is supplied to town is treated using the following processes. Okay, number one of the processes is coagulation. Number two is sedimentation. Number three is filtration. Number four is disinfection. Take note, what are the processes involved in the treatment of water that is expected to be supplied to town? Number one, coagulation. Number two, sedimentation. Number three, filtration. Number four, disinfection. I take coagulation. Coagulation is the process of adding alum, potash alum. And when you add it, all the dirt will be clothed. And when they are clothed, they now move to sedimentation. Sedimentation is when all the dirt has come together. They now go down to the base of the container. Now you can now filter. When you filter, those dirt at the base of the container can be taken off. Now you now add disinfectant. Disinfectant that are needed to be added, number one is chlorine, number two is iodine, number three, now you can add calcium oxide or calcium hydroxide, as the case may be. You wonderful student, I am so particular about you. Now you can ask questions. I will always be ready to respond. That is why I'm here. Ask your questions, uses of water, types of water, then we shall go. Make sure you watch all these videos on water and subscribe to this channel so that subsequent videos can be uploaded to you. Okay, we are going to have a little break now, and when we come back, we will continue the lesson. Stay watching. Water and solubility. Take your time, study all of them and all other videos of mine that have been recorded on YouTube, and learn them, apply them to your heart. Then your WAEC exam will be as cheap as never before. So let us move on to today's work. Water treatment for town supply. This is water, like I told you in the first video. Water treatment for town supply must undergo 4 different processes. If I may ask you a question now, mention the processes through which water treatment for town supply can undergo. You'll be able to tell me that we have coagulation, we have sedimentation, we have filtration, and we have disinfection. Now let us explain them one after the other. First, the untreated water is passed through large septic tank, and potash alum, look at, potash alum is KALSO4. The IUPAC name is potassium tetraozoaluminate 3. Can you call that with me? Potassium tetraozoaluminate 3. That's the IUPAC name of potash alum. Or you pass it through sodium aluminate 3. Sodium aluminate 3 is NaAlOH4. Can you say that? Interesting. NaAlOH4. Can you be faster with that? NaAlOH4. That's interesting. Is added for coagulation or flocculation. It's either you coagulate or you flocculate it. But the two major things is just like if you don't use this, you can use the other. That is why it is there. Now let's go on to see the impurity clumps together to form flux. Flux are impurities. They clump together, they pack themselves together and form flux. Let's go to the next slide and see. The second step is that the water is passed through a filter bed to remove the remaining dirt. It must be filtered, so it will pass through the filter bed to remove the remaining dirt. Now the third step is that the water is treated with chemicals. Number one of those chemicals is chlorine, and chlorine kills germ. Germ could ask you, these are two different words. Germ could ask you, what is the function of chlorine in water treatment? It is to kill germs. Now, other chemicals like iodine and fluorine. Iodine will prevent goiter. Goiter is swelling in the tract in the throat, respiratory tract being swollen and is being protruded out of the outside neck. And fluorine will prevent tooth decay. As you can see, even in the toothpaste you use, read the content, fluorine is there in order to prevent tooth decay. See, you can see my teeth, so you could open your own if it's decaying. Please take precaution. Now the final step is that the water is now free from germs and stored in reservoir and distributed to the town for use. Hardness of water. Can water ever be said to be hard? Water can be said to be hard if it wastes soap, if it does not foam readily with soap. Take for instance, if kerosene pours on your soap and you are now pouring water on that soap, using it to wash cloth, it will not foam readily. It wastes soap. So, hardness of water takes place when water does not foam readily with soap. Okay, let's move to that slide again. Now see the full content. Those things that are responsible for the hardness of water, there are two major things. They are responsible for the hardness of water. Number one, calcium tetraoxosulfate 6. Number two, magnesium tetraoxosulfate 6. We can also have others. We can have others like calcium hydrogen triosocarbonate 4, magnesium hydrogen triosocarbonate 4. Please take note of this. Calcium hydrogen triosocarbonate 4. Ordinary soap is sodium octadecanoate. I repeat that. Ordinary soap is sodium octadecanoate. Octa is 8. Decanoate is an organic compound with 10 carbon atoms. So this is 8 and 10. That is 18 carbon atom having sodium as the only metal there. When soap is added to add water, the dissolved salt in the water will immediately react with the soap molecules to form calcium or magnesium octadecanoate, which is insoluble. Let us go on. Add water, waste soap. Note, detergents are not affected by hard water. What's the reason? Detergent like your Omo, like Clean, mention all those detergents, they are not affected by hard water. The reason is because they form calcium and magnesium salt, which are soluble in water. Those are the reasons they form calcium and magnesium salt, which are soluble in water. Now we get to go to origin of hard water. What are the origins of hard water? When water dissolves, gypsum. Gypsum is CaSO4.H2O. Or when water dissolves, limestone. Limestone is CaCO3. Gypsum is sparingly soluble in water, while limestone is not soluble in water. So let us go on, and I want to believe you have learned something from today's lesson. You have learned something wonderful. You have learned something great. You have learned those things that can dissolve water, those things that makes water to be hard, and the origin of hardness of water. So keep watching this video. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, because it will be of a very great benefit to you. So God bless your